It didn't do anything, and that's my fault. In the C program here, we're going to have to get some data. So we're going to write a quick while loop. Actually, I take that back. We're going to declare a string variable. We're going to do string s, and we're going to declare this to be equal to, it doesn't really matter, q, just the sentinel value. So that in a loop we could do while s does not equal exit. This would be a command to leave the program. Do this. So we're gonna encase the A operation inside here. So we're gonna take in, see here, type command, or we'll just do something like this. Math. Looks very nice. And then right next to this we'll do cin s, and then this should work. So what this should do is we're going to type in stuff, and it's going to send it over to the operation. Actually, we have to erase this, and we're not going to send it A, we're going to send it S. So this is going to send the value of S over into the client, into the class code, and it's going to run it from, it's going to take S from the client code, put it into the class code, and it should print out to us what we're asking it to. So if we type in sqrt, it should print this out. So let's test that. Up, up, enter. And I'm going to press up 2 times again to get a dot out. So now we have our little math prompt here. I'm going to type sqrt and prints it out. Clear, it types it out, and just write garbage. It does nothing. Type exit. Aha, we're back to the prompt. Perfect. So I'm going to come back into my calculator here, and I'm going to erase the data that I put here, and I'm going to send this, if it equals square root, go to the square root function. Also set the stack spot equal to 1, and then go back to the main program. So that's what that's going to do. Okay, so now if it equals clear, we're going to go to the clear function and go back to the main program. Now let's continue our crusade of if statements here. Else, if stack spot equals 0, so if we're pointing at the first element in the stack, all right, we have this already planned out, so we already know what we're going to type here. This is why planning is always a good thing to do. We're going to change the stack spots, and this array element is going to equal the conversion string to float of n. So this is going to equal the string value. This is going to equal the float value of n, and it's going to put that in spot 0. So I'm actually going to put 0 in there. And now stack spot plus plus. All right, and then we're going to set number equal to stack 0. So the constantly accumulating number, which is never going to change its data type, is now going to be equal to what just came in. And the reason I'm not going to make it equal to this is because that's just overhead. Save. Else, if stack spot equals 1. All right, if stack spot equals 1, what we're going to do is, since it's coming in as a string, we're going to put a coded number for our arithmetic. So inside here, we're going to have some nested if statements. I'm going to write if n equals plus. And I'm going to copy this and go to the next line and do else. And just bear with me. So it's going to be plus, minus, multiply, divide. So if n equals plus, n is going to then equal our code number 1, which is going to be division. Which is going to be addition. Now, if n equals minus, n will then equal our little code number 2. If it's multiplication, n will equal 3. And if it's division, n will equal 4. All right. Once it runs through that and it assigns the plus, minus, multiplication, or division a digital number, we're going to place that into the stack. So we're going to do stack spot. We're going to do stack spot equals the string to float value of n, which is going to be the value of one of these. So this is going to actually be changed into a number. And then we're going to increment stack spot. So we can copy it, paste it, ++ semicolon. Save the file.